Welcome to the Rap Delites podcast, home of organic hip hop commentary. No gossip, no cultural appropriation, no gentrification. Just pure dialogue from kings and queens who love DJing, MCing, breaking, and graffiti.
Welcome back to the Rap Delites podcast. I am Bats. That's TSK1. That is Miss Smith, the infamous Miss Smith.
Yes.
Fuck out of here.
Yes. Yeah, the hate be real.
I need a mask with that white hat.
The hate be real.
Like on the Zorro mask. Like a Zorro, the Lone Ranger. Lone Ranger. Yeah, with that fucking
With the silver bullets?
Yeah.
He had a sidekick with him too, right?
Yeah.
Who's
Was that Tonto was the horse. What was the horse name? Silver was the horse. Yeah, Silver
yeah,
was
my
the horse.
hat with your scarf. Playing Lil Nas X.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
We country all the way.
Country
Represent.
all the way. All right. And the last since the last podcast, Sunday afternoon, Miss Smith sent out a text, and we have a group text and everything like that, and she told us that we lost a brother in hip hop, brother Nipsey Hussle, artist from the West Coast, dope dude, family man, and his life was snuffed out over the weekend, and we're gonna get into each individual on this panel. We're going to get into our feelings about the situation, but we're also going to talk about a lot of his music, how he and what basically celebrating his music, because at the end of the day, he left us with a nice body of work to remember him by. So we're going to shoot over here to my brother TSK1, and we're going to talk about this Nipsey Hussle. TSK1, what do you have to say over there, brother?
It's like when I first learned of Nipsey Hussle, didn't he do rock? Didn't Bob and him, Perp and him rock with him?
I don't remember. I don't know.
I was always kind of cloudy about that, but I'm not sure. But the name always stuck with me. I thought it was a thorough dope ass name.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I learned of his success, just in terms of ownership, controlling his business and everything that he was doing not just as an artist, but as a man, as a black man in his community. That really it made me think back to when I first learned of Puff Daddy, when he was because first you don't think that someone so young is that prominent and successful until you like fuck it, good for him.
Yeah.
But I gotta be honest. I did not, to say otherwise, I would be extremely Joe, and that's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
I was not well versed in a lot of his music. Mm-hmm. Once I learned about, it comes back to these things, and these men such as him are bigger than hip hop. He transcended hip hop. This is a man that was ascended. He was on a different level. So he was beyond just raps. He didn't have to rap a lick. If he was just... No, he is. This is not in the past tense. This man lives. There's no such thing as resting in peace when you have ascended and conducted that level of energy and that level of positive... What's that saying? Positive energy activates constant elevation. What is that? That's peace. Once you have attained or ascended to this level, there is no resting in peace. He didn't die in peace, so he won't rest in peace. Why? Because he's living. If no one was inspired by this man, then he rests. He multiplied himself. So this is a water walker. So again, I say I was not well versed in his music, and I didn't follow him, but I didn't know him. But I do know him all too well, because I am him. You him too. You him too. When we look back through history, Black Wall Street, Nipsey is Black Wall Street. Nipsey is the past, present, and the future. Nipsey is black babies. Nipsey, his vision and his idea cannot just die a violent death. Not when you have moved beyond the flesh. I'm extremely angry about it. Again, you know, I say he didn't have the rapper lit. I'm very upset about this when we allow our messengers to be touched no matter what. You know, I didn't like I didn't want to I really didn't want to talk. No words. I didn't really want to. I mean, my people level had peaked this week. I didn't want to be around people. I didn't feel like talking to people. I didn't feel like hearing people.
Yeah.
Opinions was just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I didn't want to put my opinion into people as well, because if people felt some type of way and they were mourning, I don't like want to impose on that.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the way I felt about
Right.
it. You know what I mean? 'Cause I've been really chilling.
Right.
You know what I mean? On that tip, you know what I mean? Because people celebrate in more people different ways.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I really don't. When it comes to something like this, I don't criticize how you dealing with it. You know what I mean?
Do it in Cooley High. He had I see a lot throughout our time when our people passed away. You got Joe people who are in the rear and they trying to elbow their way up to the front to ride in the limo.
Mm-hmm.
Preach, and people like myself, I just want receipts.
Yeah, that was like that. That's exactly what I mean, because I remember, like, when you talking about in that movie, like I said, people have their own way of mourning. People have their own way of dealing with shit, and you can't criticize somebody for how they're dealing with shit. Preach was Cochise' best fucking friend. That was his man.
He had every right.
People could say, "Damn, he ain't at the funeral."
Right.
You know what I mean? A motherfucker could look at him and say, "Yo, how you ain't at your man's funeral?" You know what I mean?
Puda knew.
You know what I mean? But you gotta say, okay, that's the way he dealing with this shit. So, you know what I mean? I peeped that. Yeah. Dope. You continue?
I mean, you know, we go back and forth.
Okay.
You know, just, you know, it was a quote from one of Wise Intelligence song, Zion, that I spoke about. That made me really think about Nipsey. And the quote in one of his songs is on this song, Zion, is "Listen, rappers, there's no challenge. This is balance we can live. Get money, teach kids, pass some culture to your kids. For they all be doing bids. Stop these kids from killing kids. Teach them who they really is. For this devil make them his." And that's what Nipsey lived for.
Yeah.
If not for the youth, guess what? You evaporate.
Yeah. You gotta do it. You gotta. That's what. And you know, like when we like this show, we talk about old school shit or what people consider old school stuff or like that. But honestly, I want to be able to reach young boys and be able to pull them into like to learn, because you don't want to be preachy.
Right. And it made me think too. It's like, I'm tired of arguing, or you know, being a stone wall in my position of what hip hop is. Guess what? What did that president say? It's bigger than hip hop. This shit is bigger than hip hop. If we didn't, you know, really understand, you know, what Dead Prez meant by this, and people like Nipsey or Tupac, we didn't understand the power of this method and this matter of speech. We you know, allow it to be used against us as opposed to using it to raise our own people up. I'm tired of fucking arguing. You know, hip hop is not just some shit you can touch. Again, it's ascended. It's more than just, you know, these static things that in stone. We moving beyond this shit. That's just how you feel.
Yeah, Mr. Smith. Nipsey Hussle. We celebrating the music of Nipsey Hussle over here. Yeah, you getting in. Listen, that's what it's here for.
This one kind of deflated me a little bit. And he was I think I started getting into Nipsey probably the latter of last year, maybe early this year. His music, and I heard little entrepreneurial ventures that he was doing, but I didn't know to the magnitude of what he was really out here doing in these streets until after his passing. I mean, he was a forward thinker. The death of this young man touched me like Big and Pac. The death of Big and Pac. he was actually doing the things that Pac wanted to do, but wasn't able to yet. And I mean, buying his masters, buying up the block, promoting, you know what I mean, black entrepreneurship,
and doing the unified thing,
unifying the gangs,
with gangs,
yep.
not only gangs, and he was fucking with niggas over here
yep.
and over there.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like he was bi-coastal and everything, so he was doing his thing.
I mean, it hurt me on so many levels, because it hurt me just thinking about our black men, and the fight that you guys have is like you're fighting against a machine that you can't control. You don't know where this shit is coming from. You don't know when it's going to happen. It's just so much negativity out here that can just kind of consume you and eat you up, and God forbid take you out for nothing, from nowhere, just blindside you. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's what happened to him, and it's just so unfortunate. Like, I think about my boys, I think about y'all, my men, I think about everybody, and it's just like I see everybody with the rest in peace, but I just pray to God that while this man was here, he was getting the same recognition as he's getting now in death. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like instead of the RIP, and I heard a gentleman say this online, we got to start LIP. You know what I mean? Live in peace. Like, let's celebrate life. Celebrate life. You know, like, I mean, we're not even going to get into the conspiracy theories, because I'm the biggest one ever. All right? I'm the biggest one ever, but we'll leave that for another day. I just want to commend this man, and just to let you guys, he has inspired me this week alone. He has inspired me to sit down with my boys and talk to them about entrepreneurship. And, you know, we about to bang out some businesses from the 9-year-old to the 14-year-old. Like, we about to get it in. You know what I mean? Because it's just time. It's time for black people to start coming together and making this shit happen amongst one another. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what he kind of... it just took a lot. It was a big week. This really hurt me.
You know, it made me hearing him. A lot of the footage was being posted on the gram and on the book, especially the gram. You know, and hearing him speak had more of an effect on me than his music. Now, I didn't want to just force, listening to his music all week. It brought me. I actually, in the spirit of the mixtape that we did last episode, I compiled, some music,
of his,
of not his,
okay,
of different artists, a memorial, of different artists that was about, passing, living and dying, anger, revolution, etc., etc. And I have that list. We probably can post it on the Facebook page.
Because it's so funny you say that, because he was so wise beyond his years. Right. I mean, this guy educated himself from the time he was a young boy. If you seen videos from 10 years ago, and heard the way he was talking about moving, I want to do real estate, we need to come together. This was 10, 15 years ago.
Right. And that's why I say men like this. See, always say, people speak of closeness with God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It would, again, how people mourn, it would be wrong for us to impose ourselves on that.
Right.
You know when a man is met and spoken and sat with God, and when you watch him, walk, this man, in regards to how he moved and how he thought, he was far ahead of his time.
Yep.
This man manifested God in himself. He knew. Yeah. He knew. Men on that level, they know that they are marked men, and it's incumbent upon them to transform themselves and give off their energy, to multiply themselves. So he lives. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah. Absolutely. We're gonna be right back. More Rap Delites. We're gonna talk a little bit more about the brother Nipsey Hussle. All right. Rap Delites. Rap Delites.